And there are hopes that within hours the Rafah crossing could be open again to allow more foreign nationals safe passage out of Gaza after half of the Australians stranded in the war zone managed to get out overnight. Live now to our Sky News reporter Joel Philp. Joel, what do we know about those Australians who are fleeing the region?
Well, Ash, for the first time since the war began, the federal government has managed to negotiate the safe passage for 23 people with connections to Australia. That is 20 Australian citizens, 2 of their family members and 1 permanent resident. Now, what has occurred in these circumstances is that DFAT consular officials have met them on the Egyptian side. They've been taken in a bus to Cairo. The government is paying, the Australian government that is, for short-term accommodation and then arranging for commercial flights for them to be heading on to a place where they can now stay. But to begin with, when I'm talking about this first group of people who've managed to get their way out, it's heartbreaking for many of them because they have connections and family members that are still stuck in this war zone. I want to play some comments from a woman named Mona.
I'm leaving my other part, my brothers and sisters, my whole family is still here. I wish, inshallah, Ya Rab, they all be in safe place. Situation is terrible there. It's very, very bad.
I'm told from the Foreign Minister's office that the Rafah Border Authority actually has a Facebook page which has declared that the crossing will be open once again today. It's around 2 a.m. at the morning at the moment, and there are still 20 Australians stuck in the Gaza Strip alongside a bigger cohort in totalling about 65 people with connections to this country, but other permanent residents, for example. But it is, of course, a difficult, precarious situation there. Even to get to the Rafah crossing, there is situations that are riddled with danger for those Australians trying to find their way there. And there are also reports that it seems so far it has been easier for Australian citizens as opposed to residency permit people holding those to be able to get out through that crossing at this point in time. So there's a lot of uncertainty around this situation, but the Foreign Minister, Penny Wong, is relieved about what has managed to be achieved so far.
After so much international lobbying, I'm just so relieved that the Rafah crossing has been opened at least overnight, and we will keep working to ensure we get as many of that Australian cohort out as possible if it is opened again, as we anticipate is possible.
And Ash, the ADF still has 3 airplanes and a significant group of personnel that are based there in the region in case they need to get people out rapidly. But I'm told these planes are better for short-haul flights, for example, getting people from Lebanon to Dubai if the conflict escalates.